Hi, everyone. I'm Lachlan, for those I didn't meet earlier this morning. I am here to give you a quick... Basically, the reason I have a presentation is because the photos are gorgeous, and you're going to like that. I'm going to tell you about Rails Camp USA. My name is Lachlan Hardy. That's my Twitter handle. This is a beautiful photo that none of you can see. Is it possible to get these down? Yep. This photo was taken in Mount Cheeseman in 2014. Mount Cheeseman is a mountain in New Zealand. That is the Snowline Lodge. So we were staying at where there would normally be snow, but it was the middle of summer, which in New Zealand means not as much snow, basically. And it was a beautiful, beautiful place. So I want to tell you about Rails Camp East Coast, which is in April, 8th to 11th of April. So yes, that's a Friday through to a Monday. So it basically what we sort of ask is that people view the Friday and the Monday as kind of travel days. So obviously, presumably you're all local or local-ish, but for some people come from other cities and things like that. So for them, they fly in, and we have buses ready to leave JFK at 2 p.m. and we're going to also pick people up at Port Authority here, probably 3-ish, but we haven't quite got it confirmed yet. We're clarifying that. And then they're going to take us up to the Catskills. That photo is not from the Catskills. And they're going to take us over to the Catskills, and we'll spend the weekend there, and I'm going to tell you all about that and show you some more photos about that. And then they'll bring us back on the Monday. So you'd be back here by sort of midday on the Monday. Rails Camp, this is the original Rails Camp logo from 2007. Obviously, we're brilliant designers. This guy, Ben Askins, came up with this idea of basically taking a bunch of nerds out to a local scout hall on the weekend. There were so many of us using so many laptops and so much Guitar Hero, which was a thing at the time, that we blew the generators and we blew the the breakers, whatever. We actually blew the connection to the property. So there was actually trucks out the front fixing cables and stuff hanging from, it was bad. We had to get our own generator to finish hacking. This is the first sign, watch out for geeks. This is the first US camp last year in September. Camp Jack Hazard was the location. It's in the Sierra, south of Lake Tahoe. This is Sword Lake. Everybody went for a bunch of people went for a beautiful hike there. So this is the thing about Rails Camp is it is notionally for Rails developers. That's never really been true. It's just never because the Rails community, how can you really define it anyway? So we've had people writing C# or Haskell or JavaScript. We have designers, we have product managers, we have people who just want to work on their blog for the weekend and do some WordPress stuff. We have had all kinds of different people come to Rails camps over the years. It's been run twice annually in Australia. So here's Perth in 2014. Here's the Gold Coast in 2009. We've they've been running New Zealand at least once a year for the last 5 years. The reason everybody has a horrible mustache is this was Movember. That is the reason for that. This is Canberra in 2010. People took all the tables outside because it was so beautiful and sunny and just worked outside for the day. It's been a really sort of fun event. Lots of people getting on stuff. This is Mount Cheeseman again. Obviously, we're not trying to compete on locale with people who can give you that kind of view, but we're going to have a similarly good time, trust me. So you can see here, people work in different environments, do different stuff. Like that last guy, he's got decks out there as well. He's having a ball, obviously. These guys pulled some mattresses out and set them up outside their cabins because it was so hot. I don't know if he's asleep or on the phone, but yeah. And we're in the Catskills. We're going to have a bonfire every night because it'll be kind of chilly. And people also do presentations. So on the Sunday night, you can demo things that you built, talk about what you worked on for the weekend, things like that, if you want to. It's not a compulsory activity at all. And in fact, none of the activities are compulsory. This is Chris Lloyd, he's actually going to be at the camp this year. This is him telling everybody about Node and CoffeeScript. Pretty much the month they became popular. So everybody spent the entire weekend writing Node and CoffeeScript because none of us had ever seen it before. But this is like, so these are like unconference talks. Anybody can choose to give a talk or lead a discussion, anything like that. That's Bobby Lee, who organized the last camp in the US. And she and Abby and a few other people from this photo are also going to be at this next one. People muck around and play sports. People play werewolf. Anybody play werewolf here? People nap. That's Hero. He's coming this year. He lives in North Carolina. People drinking beer, talking stuff, playing card games, board games. There may be some drinking if you're into that. There may be some coffee if you're into that. There may be more coffee if you're into that, possibly after the drinking. We're probably going to have some t-shirts. Every year somebody from the community has designed a t-shirt. I'm not entirely sure what this one was about. I think these are bugs and these are patches on a Ruby, but it's hard to say. And so somebody's designing one for us again this year. It's going to be really cool. What else? This is just basically footage of people hacking and doing stuff. That was a game where you had to program to compete in the game, and everybody just like got obsessed with it all weekend. And we all wrote like state machines in order to work out like how to not have our robot die in the game. This is people lining up to present and talk about like what they're doing. This is everybody who came to the last camp in the Sierras. And that's Jimmy, who's a very welcoming kind of dude. And so here's the thing. Tickets are $360. That's like a regular ticket, which is incredibly normative of me, but I couldn't think of a better term for it. The diversity ticket, which anybody who identifies as a minority in technology is entitled to self-identify and purchase, is $280. Look, if your boss is paying, maybe pay the $360 because that'll help us out. But if you're paying, pay the $280, right? Ellie is also organizing this with me. The reason I'm up front talking about this is because she hates it. So here's the deal. Rails Camp East Coast, east.railscamp.us. We have 34 people coming so far. I think 11 of them are women. I would greatly love that number, like that ratio, to be changed. So if, say, all of you were to buy tickets, in fact, some of you are coming anyway. Hannah's coming, Brenda's coming. Anybody else? Yeah. So, you know, I would, you know, if you're interested, please talk to me or talk to Ellie. You can talk to Brenda and Hannah too about why they believe us about this being fun, but they haven't been to one yet. I think that's it. What did I miss? What's included? So the price of your ticket includes the buses from Port Authority and back. It includes your accommodation for all 3 nights. It includes your food for the entire weekend. It includes all the coffee. It includes beer and cider. If you want the array of beautiful whiskey bottles, you need to bring your own. Is that everything? Yeah. Basically, it's going to be super fun. I've nearly convinced my yoga instructor to come, so we'll get free yoga classes. She's pretty excited, but she's like, oh, maybe, I don't know. What else? Is that it? Yeah, so thank you. Feel free to ask us any questions.
Do you need to bring any like camping gear?
Oh, yeah. We don't have a photo in here like the bunks. Okay, so on the website, I have a photo of, we posted on Twitter like photos of the bunks and stuff. Like, yeah, it's bunk accommodation. There's like 12 bunks per room. We're going to have, at the moment, we have one separate room for, one separate sort of galley of rooms for women. I'm really hoping to get that to 2. But we have like 4 of those galleys, so we can have like a bunch of people in those rooms already. And we have, if you want to bring your family, there's a family accommodation as well. We can take family cabins. So you can bring partners, you can bring kids, whatever. We can do that. Unfortunately, you can't bring dogs. Hannah's already asked, and her dog is super cool, so that would have been awesome. But they have sheep and a goat on the property. The goat's name is Lucy. She's very cool, very friendly. She'll come up and talk to you if you stand at the fence. But yeah, so because they have sheep and goats, they don't let us bring dogs.
But you will need sleeping bag.
Yeah, I was totally getting to that. Yeah, so basically, like sleeping bag or some sheets, whatever, if you want to do that. If you prefer to bring your own duvet. What do Americans call them? Duvets? Comforter. Bring your own comforter if you want. Sleeping bag might be easier. that's pretty much it. Like all the food's provided, all the coffee, all the everything. Bring your laptop, bring something to work on, or just talk to people. Anybody else?
Is it gonna be cold? What is it?
It's currently forecast for being between 50 and 60. So that's cold, but it's not too bad. We're gonna have fires every night. The accommodation's very warm and comfortable. I stayed there in like late September, and it was like you didn't even notice. Like it was cold outside, but inside was totally. These are modern buildings, recently built. This is not like like summer camp when your parents sent you to somewhere cheap. Like this is nice. Yeah. Cool. Thanks, guys. Ladies.